A star-filled universe. Vast and indifferent. Slowly, we zoom in. Past swirling nebulae, towards a pale blue dot. Our Earth, but as we approach, though, the music turns ominous. A sense of dread building. What if I told you Earth has an expiration date? And Stephen Hawking already calculated the clock. We cut to archival footage of Hawking. We must abandon Earth. Or perish. The screen splits. On one side, forests consumed by firestorms. On the other, an army of AI robots marching in unison. This is the legacy of Hawking's warnings. Let's unravel his 7 prophecies. And why your survival depends on understanding them. Picture this. 1963, Cambridge University. A brilliant young student named Stephen Hawking receives a devastating diagnosis, ALS. Doctors give him 2 years to live. He defied them, spending the next 55 years exploring the cosmos from his wheelchair. This was a man who stared down his own mortality and won. But Hawking's greatest obsession wasn't his own survival, it was ours. He saw the universe with unparalleled clarity, and what he saw terrified him. Not just distant black holes or exploding stars, but the threats we face right here, right now. Earth is a tiny, fragile lifeboat in a cosmic shooting range, and humanity? We're just passengers with a bad habit of rocking the boat. Hawking dedicated his life to unraveling the universe's mysteries, but he also felt a profound responsibility to warn us about the dangers ahead. He saw the potential for our own destruction woven into the very fabric of our existence. Ignore them at our peril. We live in an age of scientific marvels. Diseases once considered death sentences are now treatable, even curable. But Hawking urged caution, warning that our tampering with nature could have unintended consequences. In 2017, he issued a stark warning. We're playing God with DNA. He pointed to the rotavirus vaccine, a lifesaver for countless children. But this vaccine is created using a process called reassortment, involving genes from both human and cow rotaviruses. Shortly after its introduction, cases of seizures in infants spiked. Now, imagine this scenario on a global scale. What if the next miracle cure creates a plague deadlier than anything we've ever seen? Hawking understood that for every cancer-killing virus, there's the potential for a mutation we can't control. The enemy wouldn't be some alien invasion force from a distant galaxy. It would be microscopic, insidious, and born in our own labs. Hawking's warning about vaccines is a reminder that even our best intentions can have unintended consequences. The question isn't if another pandemic will strike, but when. We humans, we love to look up at the stars and wonder, are we alone? Stephen Hawking believed the answer was a resounding no. But unlike many who dream of benevolent extraterrestrial visitors, Hawking's view of alien life was far more pragmatic and far more terrifying. If they exist, he warned, they're nomads, and Earth is fresh meat. Any civilization capable of traversing the vast distances between stars would possess technology far exceeding our own. They would be driven by the same primal instincts that have fueled every dominant species in Earth's history: the need for resources, the drive to expand, the survival of the fittest. Hawking pointed to our own history as a cautionary tale. When European explorers landed in the Americas, did they treat the native populations with respect and equality? No. We've essentially hung a giant welcome sign on our planet, and we have no idea who might come knocking. We often find comfort in the vastness of the universe, the seemingly eternal dance of stars and galaxies. But Hawking knew that even the universe has an expiration date. 2 weeks before his death, he penned a final paper tackling the mind-bending concept of eternal inflation. This theory suggests that our universe is just one bubble in a vast multiverse, constantly expanding and creating new universes. But as these universes expand, they also cool and decay, their stars burning out until they fade into an endless, frigid night. Hawking's equation painted a bleak picture of our cosmic fate, a universe slowly dying, its energy dissipating into nothingness. The only hope? Finding a way to escape our dying universe and jump to a new one? Jumping into a random universe would be like playing cosmic roulette. The irony wasn't lost on him. Stephen Hawking, a man who relied on artificial intelligence to communicate with the world, issued one of the most chilling warnings about its potential. He called AI the worst mistake in history, and for good reason. Think about it. We humans are limited by our biology, our evolution. AI, on the other hand, has the potential to evolve at an exponential rate, quickly surpassing our intelligence and capabilities. Imagine a virus that can redesign itself every minute, becoming more sophisticated and adaptable with each iteration. Now make it 1,000,000,000,000 times smarter than us. Hawking understood that once we create an intelligence that surpasses our own, we lose control. This isn't about robots turning evil or some Hollywood dystopia. As Hawking put it, we're building God, and God won't need us. Of all Hawking's prophecies, this one hits closest to home. He predicted that by the year 2600, Earth will become a fiery hellscape, resembling our planetary neighbor Venus. Think runaway greenhouse effect on steroids, temperatures soaring past 480 degrees Fahrenheit, acid rain dissolving everything in its path, and winds howling at 300 miles per hour. How could this happen? Well, we're doing a pretty good job of it ourselves. Our insatiable appetite for fossil fuels is pumping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at an alarming rate. Deforestation is stripping away the planet's natural defenses, and the melting polar ice caps are raising sea levels, threatening coastal cities around the world. Hawking wasn't suggesting that Earth will spontaneously combust in 2600. He was urging us to wake up and realize that we're playing a dangerous game with our only home. Hawking's prophecies weren't just about external threats like rogue asteroids or alien invasions. He recognized a darker, more insidious danger: ourselves. He saw humanity's capacity for self-destruction woven into the very fabric of our being. We are a species capable of incredible acts of love, compassion, and ingenuity, but we are also driven by greed, tribalism, and a seemingly insatiable thirst for power. We wage wars over ideology, religion, and resources. We exploit the planet for short-term gain, ignoring the long-term consequences, and we often seem incapable of cooperating on a global scale, even when our very survival is at stake. Hawking understood that our greatest threat wasn't lurking in the depths of space or in the realm of artificial intelligence. It was staring back at us from the mirror. It was the potential for our own worst instincts to lead us down a path of self-destruction. This prophecy isn't about a specific event or date, it's about the constant tension between our better angels and our darker impulses. The screen cuts to black. Silence hangs heavy in the air, the weight of Hawking's prophecies settling in. But this isn't the end. This is just the beginning of a conversation we need to have. Because here's the thing about prophecies: they're not set in stone. They're warnings, guideposts, opportunities to change course. Subscribe now and join me as we delve into the strategies, technologies, and choices that could help us overcome Hawking's apocalyptic predictions.